morning. Happy Monday. I was hoping that you might have a tiny bit of inspiration on a Monday that you could loan to me. Had a wonderful weekend with the family. And it was very relaxing, very calm. And there were a few times in the weekend that I really got to leisure around and take a good look at my projects, take a good look at my yarn. I've acquired some beautiful new fibers for the yarn cellar, and I've got all these creative juices flowing, but I need to resist for just a second on starting a bunch of new projects. I have a couple of really long-term projects that I'd like to catch you up on that I realize I haven't shown in a while. And then I have some dusty old Haunty whips that need to make some big decisions on. And I have a finished object. I got the variety show today, but I could really use your help. So let's start with what I'm passionate and what I'm currently working on. In my overnight bag, I've been carrying around a project for my husband, and I know he does not watch my videos, so it'll be okay to share. I have one of these $1.25 file folders to keep my paper folder from getting bent. Inside here, I have some clear sleeves that I put my pattern in. So I'm working on a filet crochet pattern for my husband. His birthday's in the beginning of May and Christmas is in December, so we'll fall somewhere in there. I've been passionately working on this for quite a few hours. Use it up, wear it out, make do or do without. My husband says this a lot. Sometimes as an excuse, but sometimes just being very realistic, right? So I'm working from the graph chart. I'm left-handed, so I started it in the opposite direction because it's not symmetrical all the way down. If I'm working a filet crochet pattern that's the same on both sides, it doesn't matter. But being left-handed, I use this little Clover magnetic ruler. It flops over on itself. It shows me just one line at a time. I have a longer one that I've misplaced. This one works very well. I can put it on one side and then I flip it to the second half on the row that I'm working. This pattern has 110 stitches across. It's working up 24.5 inches. The pattern has, I think, yes, it has 75 rows, which isn't much at all. I use a highlighter, so after I've worked the row, I highlight the row. So far, I have worked 36 hours on this, and I broke it down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a week's worth of overnights, 7 overnights. Well, I work 2 overnights a week, but 7 overnights. I'm up to row 52. And I got a technique. When I get to the spaced letters, in the previous row below, I write how many, or I count with dots, how many spaces, how many blocks, filled in blocks. Works really well. Moving right along. I don't have much left. Let's see, 10, 20, I have 25 rows left. I did break it down. So I get 1.3 rows done in an hour. And you guys know, I'm pretty quick and swift on this. It's just there's a lot of counting. There's a lot of going back and double checking myself so that I don't have to mess up and take a couple rows out. That has not happened on this project yet. Oh, right? It could happen at any time. So what am I working with? Let's see. So one of my thrift store finds, I picked up 2 rolls. It's vintage, can't find it. J&P Coats. It's Best 6 cord Big Ball Crochet. 100% mercerized cotton. So the part that I was having a hard time finding more on eBay or Etsy, I don't think I'm gonna need more. But you know, at one point in your project, you always become a little nervous about how much yardage you have. There are 300 yards in this roll. This is a size 20. On eBay, they have size 30 and lots of size 10 with the same label. So to verify if it's the item that I'm using or not, I always check the yardage and then again the size. But they're mislabeling the size occasionally because the yardage will match. But then I noticed, this is Ecru. I'll notice it'll have a picture of this color, it'll say white. So I think that made me really nervous and I didn't buy any because between those 3 elements, none of them had all 3 components together and I don't want to order and it's not what I need. And then I got to start another project because now I have the thread for it, right? Originally, I can't see the store, but it was $1.79 a roll. I picked off the little thrift store sticker, but I think it was 50 cents. I bought each of them for 50 cents. I got 2. That's plenty to make it work. The pattern is actually written for 10 weight, which is a classic 10, which is a little thicker. And the hook size, I'm not sure which one they recommended, but in my test drive, I found out a 1.25 hook. It's just a little generic, a little squishy, slightly thicker. I'm doing great with it. And this is what I have so far. Oh, are you gonna be able to see it? I sure hope so. So we're working from the bottom up. I keep track because in the bottom corner, I have my starting tail and that goes down. So for you, let's see, we read from left to right. This is my left hand. Don't know if it's on the left side of your screen. Trust me, I wrote it correctly. There we go. Oh, there you go. Wear it out, make do or do without. Beautiful little scallop, 24 inches across the bottom. I am a little over halfway done. So I've got semi-good idea what size frame that I want to buy. And I would like to go to St. Vincent de Paul's. They have a huge stack and rack and a cubby hole full of frames. And I'd like to find a frame with a glass that this fits. If you've been around for a while, you'll remember that when I did the Seal of the United States, I bought it. It's huge. It's humongous. I bought a frame, brought it home, and noticed that there was a sales sticker on the glass. So I took it apart to clean the glass, and the glass was so big and it wasn't supported side to side when I pulled it out. I broke that huge piece of glass in the dining room. Nobody got themselves, but man, I really had to like comb that rug under the table with a fine-tooth comb. I was so scared someone was going to hurt themselves on that. Lesson learned. I'm going to use a much smaller frame and I'm going to be careful and it's going to be fine. So that's this project with a little bit of a timeline. It's still very possible I could do a couple late nights in my dining room when my husband's asleep and be able to get this done by the beginning of May. There's still time for that, or Christmas. It's fine for Christmas too. This is one of those pieces that I call an heirloom piece. My family can fight over these later in life. They're all going to be completed properly. Like if I mess up, I got to go back and rip it out. Like this is serious business. So I've got that project, which I am passionate, and I will finish this one. And this one has a timeline, and this one has a goal, and it's a gift. Yes, all those things. The next item that is on top is a project that I recently got a little bit of time in on. I call this my Sarah Nickel Twinsin We're gonna twins in these cardigans. We are working on a ballerina cardigan. Lots and lots of rich texture. And here is the young lady's name, Agnieszka. This pattern was found on Ravelry by Sarah Nickel. She found it, and we've been working on it. It's a graph, not so much chart. It's a graph. Did touch in with you on this a little while ago. I still have plenty of cotton left. I got a plan for that. I don't want any cotton left. So we're still attached. Worked on it quite a bit more. I have the neckline done, no sleeves, and I worked down to the bottom edge and ran out of the ball. Perfect, natural stopping point. Work down to the end, natural ball. Now I'm going to pick up stitches on the sleeves. Oh, I did. Okay, so I picked up stitches on the sleeves and then I stopped because I'm gonna wait for Sarah's doing some striping. So when she gets done with the striping piece, that's her natural stop before she'll tie on another color. So when she gets to that point, we will continue on the sleeves. I got some big belled sleeves. The idea is I want them nice and loose, and I want to stop right before my elbow, and I'm going to put my front post, back post ribbing on this part of my arm before my elbow. Because I've learned if I do my ribbing on this part of my elbow when I like the quarter sleeves, it just gets all stretched out eventually. That's the part of my arms that move the most. So if I stop before and do my ribbing here, there's not a whole bunch of flex or move. So I think that's where I want this cotton cardigan to be, which isn't too long. I'll do one side, I'll do the other side, and then I'll wait. And then when Sarah finishes her arms, which she has some good ideas for her sleeves too, which she may or may not be sharing on YouTube soon. Go check out her channel. Show some support. So then for the length, I don't really have a particular length in mind for this cardigan. I don't have one envisioned, and I have quite a few cardigans already building up in my wardrobe. So I was thinking after I do the sleeves, so I'll have plenty for what I want for the sleeves, I'm gonna work the length for whatever this is. However long it goes. I haven't counted. One ball has quite a bit of yardage on it. It does quite a few rows. Let's see, 125 meters. I'm not that quick in math. I know I keep translating meters to yards over and over again. It is what it is. However long it gets, that's what it'll be. So this is a slow burn project. I'm in no rush. We just work along and we're enjoying the process. We work on it together when we see one another, and then we establish a stopping point, and then we catch up. I have the buttons, I have everything that I need for this project. My little purple hook is in here. It's one of those little Daiso hooks, buttons, everything I need in here. So it is a current active whip with no deadline. So that one shouldn't be eating at the back of my mind that I have, like, all of a sudden I'll get flustered and I'll say, oh, I have so many loose ends. No, that one has a deadline and that one's a slow burn. Don't worry about it. A project that the next one is a project that I'm working on. I want it. I want the garment. I want to wear it. I am enjoying the process, but I'm in that middle section where it's not growing. I'm not seeing any progress on it, and I'm putting time into it. It sits next to the couch on my little table next to the couch, and I'm working on it. It's not doing anything. Like, I want to already wear it. Patience, because it's going to be glorious. So this project I started in a variegated Bernat cotton. It got too heavy. The pulling, I liked it, didn't love it. So when I came across this Hobby Lobby cotton, I started the whole thing over with a whole new vision for the project. I have some white cotton with some glitter that's going to be the icing on the cake. So I'm passionate about getting it done. I don't want to stall out, right? It's a dress. So we got a lot of stitches to work. I'm working on the skirt piece from the waistline, slightly above your natural waist, down to this hemline. This ruffle will be in white with glitter in it. This ruffle will be white with glitter in it. This is plum, Hobby Lobby plum. And this top part is going to be Hobby Lobby plum. What have I got? I went because it was 30% off and I picked up the remaining plum that I needed. I bought all that they had. And then the next week was not 30% off. So now I'm into the next week. So I got the rest of the yarn. Hobby Lobby Bambootiful. It's plum, right? I keep calling it plum. Even if it's not plum, I'm going to continue calling it plum. Oh, good. It's plum. It's pretty. It's heathered. It's got a nice twist on it, which is incredible for stitch definition, which this has no fancy stitches. It's a single crochet back post. It's a half double crochet, single crochet back loop, half double back loop, double crochet back loop, strategically placed so that you get this beautiful texture. Beautiful texture. Kind of blowing out on that side. There we go. So also when I first did the variegated, I was working it up to pattern with waist measurements, but they didn't take into account that some people are tall, some people are short, some people have long booties. They didn't take any of that into consideration, but my husband did. And he's all like, that's the skirt. Don't you think it's a little short? It was short, but there's a whole bunch of ruffle that goes around the bottom, which would add a lot. It would have been fine. But I kept thinking, he's right. I like to wear my stuff just a little bit longer. So this goes from a little above my natural waist down to my knees. And then the ruffle will be from my knees to above my calf. And I think that's a nice length for a 40-year-old mom of 3. Comfortable for me. So I got my skirt going. I need to make it 38 inches around. I'm not there. So half of 30 is 15 plus 4. I'm not there yet. I'm working on it. A little tiny bit over halfway done. And then I'm thinking I'm gonna run a piece of a very thin elastic across the back, the inner edge of these loops. I'm gonna run it right through there just to help give it a little bit of hold. And then the top part is very lacy. So I'm working on that. Diligently working on this because I know that as soon as I get the skirt part done, the rest is easy peasy lemon squeezy. We're there. The top part of the sundress, it's not much. It'll be okay. Get me past this point. It'll be okay. I'm gonna get to wear this. I don't want to set it down. I don't want to lose traction. I keep saying that, and I know that when I get to this point is usually when I start to see other shiny patterns and I'm like, oh, this one's dull, just workhorse kind of hours. I need something small and intricate and intriguing. But then I know that that doesn't make sense. If I'm working on something else, it's taking time away from when I would be working on that. But to keep my creative juices flowing, I have to engage myself in details. Crafting, huh? It's fine. It'll be okay. What have I finished? So I had the Dumpling dolls, the cute little lollipop lane dolls. Do you remember our green head? I decided that the green head would go ahead and become Plum. I pulled out all the colors that they used, which Hobby Lobby, I love this I love this yarn, is incredible with their color palettes. And I already had quite a bit. I think I did use some Caron 1 pound. But we have Plum. Plum's got a cute little hat with a brim. We worked the hat with little curls. The legs were fun, switching back and forth. Little feet, little pants. Plum is done. Here is the original pattern picture for Plum. Cutie pie. So this doll will go into my hope chest. Well, for now, I think he'll sit in my yarn cabinet so I can smile at him. But he'll go into the hope chest, and someday some grandbabies or neighbor kids or someone will end up with a Plum baby. There are 2 others to work, a little purple head and a little blue head baby. I'll get there. No rush on those. I did use the hooks I found at the flea market. I sized down. They said for the 4-inch head, I'm working the 3.5 head. So I already knew I wanted to size down. From the first one, I worked the pattern as written for the 4-inch head. It had huge holes in it with an H hook. I used a 3.5 and sized down quite a bit. The hat, I left off 2 rows because it was even more extravagant than that. But as far as the pants are a little big, but with the shirt going over it, and then I used yarn and went in and out and cinched up the waistband, I think it worked fine. I think the body is proportionate to the head. So I'll be using the 3.5 when I make the next smaller. So I have 1 small and 1 large head. I'm gonna even size down for the large one. I don't like those holes where my fluff and stuff pokes through. Good hooks, basic hooks. It was a flea market find. I've tried Googling. I don't see where they're readily available. If you're wandering around in a flea market and you see some Prym, P-R-Y-M hooks, they're Amy approved. I approve. You hold on to those for me. I don't want them to get lost in the yarn. I've been carrying around this little basket, so all these scrap yarns are ready to go back on the shelf. The white for the body and a little bit of white in the legs was a Caron 1 pound. That'll go back in the cabinet with my 1 pounds on top. And then I used some scraps. Hobby Lobby green. Oh, this, when the $1.25 tree and the 99-cent stores first started coming out with their yarn, the 99-cent store had this extremely saturated purple. It's not coming up. This is rich. This is extremely saturated purple. It's beautiful. So I decided to use that quite a bit in my Plum baby. And then I don't know if I used it or not. It doesn't look like I used it, but I did have this random scrap ball. I didn't use it because it's been ripped out once or twice. It's got the glitter strand in it, but the actual yarn, the acrylic part, is very fuzzy. I didn't use it. I would use it if I needed to. Extra fluff and stuff I'll put back in my bag. And then maybe I'll get this little basket set up for the next baby. But not right now. I don't want to lose track of that summer dress. And if I have a project all lined up with the pattern and the yarn and the hook all together ready to go, I won't be able to resist. I'll start it. You're so cute. Got like a little bow, a little collar. Fun little yarn baby. Okay. That leads us to this basket. This basket sits next to my chair. Originally, the basket was intended to sit next to the chair and hold my current whips. The basket came from a free section of the flea market because the bottom got broken out. And I used some thread and I very lightly stitched the inside all the way across with some upholstery thread. And then I put hot glue around the bottom of it and closed it back up. It is pretty secure, but I didn't want the weight of the projects sitting in the bottom of the basket. So I stitched this liner with elastic right here by the handles. That's something else. I stitched this piece of elastic right around the handles so that I could keep it tight and fold my liner over. This is a string with some baby toenail clippers attached, which is absolutely perfect for clipping yarn. And these are allowed in the airport. Nice little quick snips. And they're pretty. Look at the glitter. Thank you, $1.25 tree. So I attached that to the handle so that it's always down in there. What's in the basket? All right, fun game. It either needs to be ripped out or I need to dust it off. I've done this before and I took quite a bit of projects out of the basket and I intended that round to finish these things, but it's not getting finished. This is some absolutely beautiful Halloween yarn. I love the yarn and I think that's the problem. I love this yarn so much that I keep reclaiming it from projects. I won this from Cindy over at Pups and Crochet. Halloween, it's universal, it's beautiful, it's soft, it's thin, and I thought it would make the perfect shawl. I've got one ball into it and I've mixed it with some black to make it go a little further. I got my Halloween hook in there, kind of want that back too. It's a shawl. It's lovely, it's very beautiful. I don't typically wear shawls. I'm sure, I think this is the butter, it's a mix between two words. It's a pattern on Ravelry. It's mixed with butterfly and, oh, something else. The lady made the shawl and her daughter, Batterfly. She was trying to make a bat-shaped shawl and her daughter told her it looked like a butterfly. So they mixed the two terms, the Batterfly shawl. Very pretty, beautiful little edging. I think I want to finish it. I don't know. Totally lost steam. I haven't worked on this in so long. I don't know. I think that's why it sits here. I don't know. Oh, I remember. It wasn't quite long enough for my shoulders. I had to bunch it up quite a bit. It didn't grow fat. Well, you know what? It stretches quite a bit. Maybe with blocking? I don't know. I love the yarn. The pattern, I like the pattern, but I didn't think that the pattern, after I got working on it, I didn't think the pattern and the yarn went well together, or I don't know what the hang up is. Well, that didn't solve anything. Help me. Rip it out, reclaim the yarn, and make something that I absolutely love the pattern and fits the yarn. Or I need to return to it and get it done. I don't want this sitting around till October. Okay, Batterfly. Rip it out, reclaim the yarn, or buckle down and get it finished. I need help. Inspire me. This one, oh man, this is before I knew anything. Where's the pattern? The pattern is in a book over there, in a binder. It's a top. It's a top made in 2 halves. It's a summer top. I love the pattern. Oh, and it's working up so nice and easy going. get out of here. That's one of those mosquito eaters. Ew. Here is the top. Here is the front. Here is the back. So it's worked the front, side, and back. And then the other half is front, side, and back. It's got this beautiful lace that goes down your side. The front is beautiful because it's angled. You're working the straps at the same time, and then you're starting this scalloped decrease down the front. For a person that is small or medium, how far did I get on this side? I was working it in tandem so that I didn't end up with just half and then letting it get dusty. So let me hold these two side by side. I don't have much more on the first half than I have to go on the second half. I did pretty good keeping it fairly even while working on it. The color. The color is peachy, brown, khaki, very neutral earth tone color. The yarn is off of this spool. There's no details. It says Pink Designer, Sunray Yarns, New York, New York. I have plenty of it to make it to fit me. I could cut it off and stitch it up and make it for whoever it fits. I don't think that my girls would be too interested in the style. Maybe. I don't know. Got a little knot in it. The reason why I kind of lost steam on it is I didn't think that the yarn was appropriate for the garment. Whoa, what did I do? I don't think the yarn's appropriate for the garment. It's got nylon in it or something that gives it a bounce, gives it a stretch, which would work if you were wearing it very tight, but to make something loose and then have it have a lot of stretch to it like it's supposed to stretch kind of throws the look off a bit. Almost like it'll just look baggy, like ill-fitting. And I don't wear tight form-fitting tops personally. So I don't know. I think that's why I stopped. And while I was working on this, I hurt my ankle. And I got out of the medicine cabinet, I grabbed an ace bandage and wrapped my ankle with it. And while I was sitting there working on this, I was like, this is made out of an ace bandage. Maybe I should just use this to make ace bandages. Same color as an ace bandage. It's got the stretch of an ace bandage for compression. And I killed it for myself. I decided that I didn't like it anymore. Ridiculous, I know. I should probably discard the whole thing, break off the cone, put the cone over in the closet, and just toss this. Just get it out of here. Plan A. Plan B, finish the second half to match the first, and whatever size that becomes, make that the size that it is. I could make it into a little tank top by stitching the front and the back together and stitching the sleeves, and then I'm done. And then make it whatever size that it is and tuck it away, and maybe someday somebody will want it. I could make it into a vest, just sewing up the back and putting some cute little buttons in the front, but it's not really how the pattern was intended. Or, so that's B. Or C, finish working it up to fit me and just have it. I don't know. I do want to work this pattern in the appropriate fiber now that I know more. This was one of the first garment items that I started making years and years ago. This moved with us. This has been sitting here staring at me, giving me evil eyes for quite a while. I don't know. Those are 3 options. What do you think? What to do? What to do? In the meantime, I'm going to put this back in here. And I'm going to put it back over here and pass the buck to you. Tell me what to do with it. And then there's some little stuff. I see I got like a little gold fishy that probably just needs some eyes and a keychain. It can go out in the little free library. You hold on to that one for me. That's a quick little fix. I didn't even realize that was in there. Let's see. Random ball of yarn. We can reclaim that. The baby sweater. Oh, so I got a sleeve that looks like it's still attached. I have the sweater finished and it just needs a second sleeve. Oh, where's the pattern? I do remember showing this in a video. Thank you. A little time capsule of a video. I will have to go back to the video and see what the pattern is because I always share patterns with you guys. And I just knocked the progress creeper off. Beautiful, beautiful. I want to make it. I want to stick it, tuck it away for grandbaby. I have plenty of it left. I think Tap Mama gave me this yarn. I definitely want to finish it and tuck it away for my grandbaby someday. I don't have a hook. I don't have a hook. But I take lots of pictures of works in progress. I can go back and look in a picture and see the hook. Also, I can check my videos and get a hook. So I do want to finish this one. Finish this one. This is a project. This is all those black huge spools that I got. I tripled up a whole bunch of it and I was going to make a spider web cover up cardigan to wear for Halloween. I was going to get a red dress and have my black spider web vest on. It's pretty long. It's got the cap sleeves on it. I think it just needs to be wet, blocked, and it's done. My intentions were to make it super long, down to the ground, duster. I got to that part where it doesn't seem like it's growing or doing anything, and then I walked away from it. If I stretch it, and I stretch it, it's pretty long. A very simple pattern. I was increasing the chains between and I was increasing my hook size strategically. There's no longer a hook in here. It wasn't in a bag, but I can count 2 double crochets, some chains, 2 double crochets and some chains. I think it looks like it's to the back of my knees probably, so it wouldn't really matter what hook size I used, as long as, actually, if I could use a larger, much larger guess of a hook size, it could flare out a whole bunch. That would be pretty. See, I'm talking myself into finishing it. 2 options. Use a much larger hook size, flare it out, get that project done. I got plenty of yarn here to make some distance on it. Just use this ball up and be done. Or rip the whole thing out. It's a lot of work. I think I want to finish it. I'll finish this one. This one's super close. We can finish that one. Ugh. Why don't I want to finish it? What's my hang up? I think my hang up is that I don't know what hook it is. But I just solved that problem by using a much bigger hook. All right, finish that one. I feel good with that. What is this? Oh, I should have taken these from my fiber friends. They're the little air bladders for the puffers. My friends would have loved to have a couple of those in their goodie bag. Fiber friends, we are going to have to meet up so I could put together another goodie bag. Oh, 10, 20, 30. I've got about 50 air bladders. My intention, they were cheap. I wanted to just have them around to make them, to put them in the little free library. What is over here? Oh, this was a cardigan. It was supposed to be made in okay, so that's the back. And I didn't like that pulling. Instant turn off when it started. I like the randomness here. This is the back side of a cardigan, long duster cardigan. I like the random pulling here. I don't like it when I switch up balls and it does that tiger striping. I'm not into the tiger striping. So then I stopped, which I guess when the striping started, there are techniques to help keep it from pulling. I started this a long time ago. I already started the front panel coming down, and I can see it's already doing the pulling. Then the second panel would start down here. I think this needs to get reclaimed. This would be a very, very cute, pretty baby blanket. I have lots of yarn for it. Got like a tortured ball over here, which will be delightful to work from. Got a tortured ball over here. And then, oh, Hobby Lobby sticker. Originally $12.99. No, originally it was $14.99, marked down to $12.99 with a red sticker for $3.49. And I don't know if I had 3. Oh, I think I had 4. I had 2 different colors because this one doesn't quite match these 2. I had two of these and 2 of these, I think. And when I was working this up, I need to reclaim this yarn. I need to reball all this. Reclaim it. Yep, you're getting reclaimed. Definitely. That's not going nowhere anytime soon. What is this? A random ball of bamboo pop from Universal Yarns. I picked it up from Joybound, which is our animal rescue. Has a shop. There is an animal rescue, a shelter that has a shop where people donate items to them and then they sell them, and all the proceeds go to spays and neuters. I got this one for $1. Bamboo pop. It's beautiful. I love the colors. Gray, purple, a little bit of blue in there. That would be a cute summer top to match it with something else and let this, but then with that pooling. See, that's why I'm always hesitant to work with variegated. I need to figure out a sure way of anti-pooling. Like as soon as I notice the colors start falling strategically, I need to stop that right away. Because it's garments. I don't know. Don't enjoy that. So that can go back. It doesn't have to be in the basket. Basket of doom. So this project on the very, very bottom of the basket was for Lily. She asked me, she showed me a pattern and told me that she absolutely loves these cats and if I could make them into a scarf. And I started making them into a scarf. Cats in a scarf. Lily loved it. This is as long as it got before all the yarns started getting tangled in each other. And then I started getting flustered because I can see my carried color. I can see it. Left-handed, color work just really is hard for me. Once I was in a test pattern and it was a beautiful yoke with bees and a beehive and bee and a beehive. And it was done in rich mustards and yellows. And I used a brown instead of the black. And the pattern was incredible. My technique was absolutely unincredible. I got so flustered with myself. I finished the test because I signed up for the test. I finished the test. I offered all the pictures. I did everything she asked for, but I made sure I said, hey, I'm left-handed. I always have a hard time with color work. It just always shows through, even, or I make it too tight and then it's too scrunched and the fabric doesn't flow right, especially for a yoke on a sweater. Anyway, here, Lily, here's your short necked sweater, your short necked scarf. I don't know. If I rip it back to about here, I could put it on a dowel and it could be just a wall hanging. I bought the pattern because she said she liked it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the pattern. This is an incredible pattern. She showed you how to make it into a blanket. She showed you how to make it into a sweater. She showed you how to make it into a purse, how the stitch counts there, and then you repeat the pattern. This is me. This is Amy, user error. So I don't know what to do with that. I'm not going to rip it out. I mean, that was hard for me. It needs to be repurposed. Could I repurpose it into like a cell phone purse? There's only 2 repeats of the cat, so it's not enough to make it look like cat on cat on cat. I don't know. She knows it's in here. Occasionally she'll see me working on something. She's like, where's my cats? They're at the bottom of the basket. Where most cats belong, in the bottom of a yarn basket. And then, oh no. Dang it, I forgot that was in there. Everyone remember my Pokemon card? This is Sand Attack, Sandy Gast. I worked this on an overnight shift. I wanted to glue it to cardboard and put it on display. Now it's all smashed up. This total freehand, totally freehand. Oop. How's that? Oh, come on, shovel. I did it. It was intended for Isaiah. He's such a sweetheart. Maybe I'll give it to Nola and have her hot glue it onto a piece of cardboard or something, and that's got to get to Isaiah. He gave me the card and showed me that it was crocheted. I don't want it in the bottom of the basket. You hold on to it for me. We got to do something with that. It's set, it's done. It just needs the final touches. Rip it. Quickly trim it off as is and have it be done. I don't want to complete the process. I want to start that pattern in a totally different. Okay, taking this down to 2 options. Cut it off, make it work as is. Cut it off, reclaim the spool, and throw the rest in the garbage. That's all the feels and emotions I have for that one over it. I think it's bothering me more that I have this lingering stuff than it is. I don't want to invest more into something that I've already lost interest in, right? I love this yarn. This yarn could be used for so many different things, and I think that the shawl I'm just not in love with. Reclaim the yarn? I need your help. I don't know what else I would make with the yarn. That's why I chose the pattern, is because it's a good pattern. I just don't know if it's quite fit for the yarn, but as you saw, I'm really far into it. So I need to put the rest of the yarn into this one, I think. Or reclaim the yarn. Help me! I could go back and forth on these all day long. This I've decided I'm going to use a larger hook and quickly finish it off. The larger hook will help this with the extra inches that I need. I'm just going to finish up that little ball that I have. Finish up the ball and it's done. I think this was wool, and I think that was part of the hang up. It's not scratchy. Crunchy? I don't know. It's going over the top of a red dress for a Halloween costume. Do it and done. I'm going to do some research on this baby jacket. Amanda gave me that yarn. I'm pretty sure of it. And I want to do the baby jacket, and I want to put it away in my cedar chest for a future baby in my life, grandbaby. And then I'm reclaiming that. Thank you for helping me reclaim that Hobby Lobby Yarn Bee Authentic Hand-Dyed Beautiful Yarn. I'm not going to make a cardigan. I think it would be cute as just a light baby blanket. And I could put that in my hope chest too. My hope chest has changed over the years. Now I hope that there's a baby someday in the future to spend time with and give my yarns to. Thank you. It was like an hour-long visit. I hope that you were working on a project, or maybe I was entertaining you on a long car drive. Thank you for visiting. I definitely appreciate your time. Thank you, thank you. Remember to like. You can share it. Share my channel. Tell people about me. Let's get more friends in here. There is an active giveaway going on. I think we only have one entry, and the video posted a week ago, and there's only one entry. Don't want to ruin it for that one lucky person, but they've got a really good chance of winning, right? Go back and check it out and see what I might be talking about. Thank you for visiting. Take care. Bye-bye. See you again very soon. Ah! Okay, come on. I'll let you go manually.